Sure, we all loved playing with action figures growing up in the 80s, but you know something else we love playing with? Toy weapons, and mostly toy guns. Let's look at some of the coolest toy guns from the 80s. Welcome back to the Junkman, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. That's right, we're going to look at weapons. Toy weapons, that is. Mostly guns. And there's one, I'm going to tell you, there's one. I was pulling up these pictures and I saw this one and I was like, oh my, it blew my mind. I was like, I had this. I love this. I don't even know how I forgot. I swear, if you asked me, you know, before I made this video, if I remember this gun, you told me about it, I'd be like, no. But then when I saw it, I loved it. It had a silencer on it. But let's look, before we get into actually the guns, let's look at some, because they made other kind of weapons too. Throwing stars were really big in the 80s. You know that. I've done a whole video about Ninja Craze of the 80s. But as you can see here, we got American Ninja. Remember that movie? No, most of you probably don't, but you might. It came with a knife. Knives were really big. Plastic knives in the 80s. If your parents said you couldn't have a toy gun, maybe they'll let you have a toy knife. And these come with some little throwing stars, but the rubber on the end of them. In the suction cups, I bet they didn't stick at all. They look horrible. And some more from throwing stars. You have the Karate Kid set right here. Yeah, and you get with it a knife, but it's not just any knife. It's a butterfly knife. I don't know. I bought one at Handle and Hanks when I was a kid. I almost cut my finger off. It's surprising. I could walk into this Army Supply store when I was 12 years old without any parents or anything and walk in and buy a butterfly knife. In the 80s. You gotta love it. Then there was even plastic swords. I had this one right here in the middle, sword and sorceress. I remember it had the sleeve. I can't remember. I played with it so much it got a hole in it. Yeah, it was really cheap, really thin, cheap plastic. It was cheap. It was cheap. And of course, you can't talk the 80s guns and weapons and hero without talking Rambo. And I know this isn't Rambo, but don't it look a lot like Rambo? Maybe it's just me. Adventure Hero Combat Set. This comes with a combat knife. The Rambo knife, as we called it back then. Gotta have that. Looks like it comes with some kind of crossbow gun. I don't know, it's kind of weird gun. 2 hand grenades, a target. You always had something to shoot at. That was always fun. And a compass. That probably didn't work. You always had a compass that didn't work. You spin around and everything, but it never really worked, you know, because I'd be like, hey, it says that way is north, but we all know north is up. I never could understand a compass. It was crazy. Now, let's get more into the guns, since this is what the video is about. And when you think toy gun of the 80s, a lot of you, probably the first thing that comes to your mind is the Transformer gun. Remember that? I didn't have much Transformer stuff, but I did have this gun here. I love this thing. I love to have it today. I think it goes for a lot of money. I don't know if is this a Walter P38? Is that what it's supposed to be? Or a Luger? I get those two mixed up. A Luger or a Walter P38. Y'all let me know in the comments, I'm sure. But I love this gun. It was a lot of fun. Now, not only did we have guns based on movies and everything, or realistic guns, we of course had space guns. Space guns we had, you know. Laser guns, we called them, or ray guns. That's what your dad probably called them ray guns, but in the 80s we called them laser guns. We had this one here that actually came with a figure from Space Force. And this was the generic gun. You could pick this gun up at Family Dollar, Revco, wherever you went. This was a generic one. It would light up, you know, flashing lights on the top. You pull a trigger and make it the same sound. They all made the same sound. And you had these little lights go up and down the front of it. I'm sure you remember that. And then you had the X-ray gun. This is the one where you had the metal trigger and it makes sparks when you shot it. It made that kind of noise and the sparks would shoot off in it. Remember? It was awesome. It was sparks. Yeah, we got to play with sparks when we were a kid. Then you have, here's the generic one. Once again, kind of a generic one where you just, you know, I don't think this one lights up. Maybe the barrel lights up. It's just a generic gun. And not only did we have laser guns, really big was cap guns. Oh, awesome cap guns. I did a video where I debated what was better, the round caps or the string caps. And you guys really like the string ones more. I was surprised. I hated those. They was good for hitting on the bricks, but I hated those. I was a ring guy. I like the ring gun. You know, put in a revolver. But here's one right here. This one came with 72 caps. 72 caps. Look at that. Just a standard gun. And you'll notice, especially young, you'll notice something about these guns. They usually don't have they're all gun color. Now, a lot of them did have a orange at the very tip of it, which you would just take out. Take it out when you get home. But they were all bright colors and everything. It was very cool. The guns look like guns. And then, of course, you got the dart gun. Remember the dart gun with the suction cup? Now, there was two versions of this. The manly dart gun and the pussy dart gun. Is the one that had the rubber ones. Hated those. Hated those. I like these plastic ones. The plastic with the rubber tip. Those would really stick. I like those. Those would really stick. Had to lick them. Put them on your tongue first, but they would stick. They stick right here. Remember that movie Tag? Tag, remember that? Tag, the assassination game with Lyndall Hamilton. And I think one of the nerds was in it, with Carradine nerd was in it. Oh, I haven't seen that movie in years. Well, they had these in it. You go around and try to shoot each other. Not only did you have the dart gun, you had the disc gun. Remember the disc gun right here? Shot these little plastic discs. Oh, your mom hated them because they would get caught up in the vacuum. And she, oh, junk kid, I'm going to bust you in the head if you get some more of these. They was always green, yellow, and red. And not only did you have the disc gun, not only did you have the dart gun, you remember the ball gun? Remember that when you would shoot your balls in your sister's face? Oh, the ball gun. I had that. The ping pong gun. I like that. It was a lot of fun. That was always a lot of fun. And I remember I wanted a ping pong gun. I wanted a ping pong gun, and I told my mom I was sick or something, so she did something special, went to the store and got it for me. And she came back, and it wasn't the ping pong gun. It wasn't the ping pong gun I wanted. It was the Bang gun. And I love this more. I think I love this even more. This was a gun. You pull the trigger, and it would open up, and a flag would fall down and say bang. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I used to go to, I'd walk around there and tell my friends, boom, bang, got you. And I would laugh, and they would just look at me like I was stupid and throw dirt in my face or something. But I love the Bang gun. It was a cheaper looking gun. This is it too. This is when I saw this picture. This ain't the one I was talking about. But when I saw this picture, I was like, "That's the Bang gun I had." I never forgot the Bang gun like I did the other one. And of course, they were guns, keychains. You get these in bubblegum machines or somewhere else sometimes. Bubblegum machine guns, crazy. And of course, you had water guns. But before water guns, not just water guns, you had invisible ink guns. This is where you filled it up like it had ink in it from a pen. Shoot somebody, they get all mad. Oh man, you ruined my new Izod. Well, in about 10 minutes, they fade away and go away. And you're like, hey, you can't be mad at me anymore. Yeah. Oh, fun time. I don't know why they didn't make it red so it looked like blood. It would have been better. And then you had the water. You had the really birth of water guns. I know you had super soakers, but before that you had, remember the Uzi gun they tried to take off the market? Oh, the Uzi gun. They had to take this one off the market. And people were getting killed with this gun here. And they even had a water launcher. It was like a rocket launcher, but it was water. It was crazy, man. Again, this is Rambo time. Everybody wanted to be Rambo. Rambo had his own water gun, as you can see right here, made by LJN. Whoa, awesome, awesome. What's this? It says it has motorized water gun. Hey, your dad had the little pew 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 water gun. We had batteries in our water gun. And of course, probably the coolest toy gun set was this Rambo M16 set. Look at this thing. Look what all it comes with. Even has the bullets you can put around you and everything feed through the gun like Rambo. Oh, this thing looks awesome. And you can't talk about toy guns and not talk about the best place to see guns in the 80s, the A-Team. And I love the A-Team because you can shoot at somebody and the bullets would hit by their feet. You could aim right at somebody's face and the bullet would land by their feet. Would never hurt anybody. So you had, let's say, you had the M16, popular. Every kid wanted an M16 as a kid. M16 was awesome. And then you had the AK-47. The AK-47. And then, check this one out. This big set here is awesome. The M24. I never even heard of an M24. This would have been cool. This is like a handgun. Comes with so many parts, you can make it into a rifle or a pistol. And it shot darts and grenades. Oh, now let's go to the gun I had as a kid. This is the gun I had as a kid. I cannot believe I even forgot this. I can remember it had a silencer on it. That's what I love about a silencer. Ain't that cool? A silencer. And I can't remember. I think it was a cap gun. I can't even remember that for sure. I found pictures, but not much information on it. But I can't remember it. I don't know why. Somebody I chewed on that silencer a lot. I remember putting that silencer in my mouth. It had a little hole and you could suck on it. I don't know. I like to put big round black things in my mouth. I don't know. I was a weird kid. But here it is. Again, I don't know if it's a Luger or I think it might be a Luger or a P38. I just get them mixed up here. But you can see here. Oh, I had this I cannot believe I've got to find this. I've got to have this gun. Watch, it probably goes for hundreds of dollars now. And I wasn't even sure I saw the tip of it in this picture and I was like, that's it. I can't believe I forgot about this. Again, if you told me about this gun, I'd have been like, well, I don't remember no gun like that. But just seeing this picture, that's what I love about researching some of these videos. And some of you guys tell me too, while you're watching this channel, you like when I just, Junkman, I forgot about that. That's always a goal of mine. But that's how it looks at some toy guns. Oh my God. Now go watch another Junkman video.